As we've been reporting, the government's climate bill is currently being debated in the lower house. Let's take you live to Canberra with those amendments being debated. Sky News political editor Andrew Clennell is with us now. Andrew, where are we up to? I understand you've got some info about some Labor MPs who won't actually be present for that final vote.
Or that they weren't present. They are present now, actually, Ash. Essentially, the coalition this morning asked for a pair for two MPs, Michelle Landry and David Coleman. And interestingly, the two MPs that Labor put forward as not having to vote on the bill were two in resources regions. That's Dan Repiccioli in Hunter and Meryl Swanson in Paterson. So I guess the opposition, looking at that quizzically, actually withdrew the pair because they wanted to ensure that those particular MPs voted for this climate change bill. So an interesting development there. Labor, of course, has the right to choose any MPs they would like to pair with the coalition once that request is made, but they happen to choose two who might have electorates who might not respond so well to you voting for the climate change bill, Ash.
So do we have any sense of just how much longer to go and where have things landed in terms of all the speculation we saw about coalition MPs crossing the floor? Just Bridget Archer at this stage?
I think it is just Bridget Archer. The indications that we've had here are that when it even comes to the Senate, there might not be an Andrew Bragg crossing of the floor. He's still weighing up his position. So I think from Peter Dutton's point of view, that's kind of minimal damage. It's an interesting role that Bridget Archer is playing now, Ash, because she really is almost a teal Liberal. If you look at the things that she supports, she opposed religious freedom, she supported a federal ICAC, and now she supports this climate change bill. So a real difference between her and the Liberal position in general. Peter Dutton attempted to calm the moderates down this week by saying he would have a bigger target in time for the next election than the one that the coalition took to the last election, but he also made clear he wants a component of that to be nuclear energy. So some red meat for the base there. I don't think we are going to see a massive split off here in terms of the coalition and haven't seen so, but the government's pretty happy at where things are at. Most of the amendments that they're letting through, they say, are essentially delivering their election promise. So they have no objection, for example, for saying the 43% emissions cut by 2030 is a floor, not a ceiling, and that is what a lot of the so-called teal independents and the Greens wanted.
Andrew, appreciate that. Thank you. I know that you and the team are keeping a close eye on what's going on in the lower house and will bring us that breaking news when it does finally sail through as expected.